Matt Day here with Parsons, Graham and Day, and I want to talk again about obtaining a protective order. And specifically, I want to talk about the type of evidence that the court is going to look at and consider when determining whether or not to grant you a protective order. And what I mean by this is that you have filed your petition for a protective order under the grounds of domestic violence because you have a relationship with the person, or harassment again because you have the relationship with the person, or you're the victim of a crime or a victim of stalking. Okay, so you have filed and the court has granted you an emergency, and then you're about ready to have to go in and present your case. I'm not going to talk about the specific or various types of evidence you could produce, for instance, text messages, videos, photographs, things of that nature. No, what I want to talk about is what the court is going to need to hear in order to determine whether or not you fit within the criteria for almost all of these criteria is whether or not are objective facts, okay? So things that actually occurred, right? He punched me in the face, objective fact. A photograph demonstrating the bruise, an objective fact, all right? That my neighbor put their cameras facing toward my property, objective fact. And then they're also going to need to hear about subjective fear or annoyance, okay, with the perpetrator of these acts. So we have the facts objectively, and then we have your subjective position, which is that you were bothered, threatened, caused to fear the person, right? So the court needs to hear not only that there are facts that establish the basis, but that you also are subjectively bothered by the person. In most of the criteria, there is a requirement that the person be fearful of the other individual and therefore in need of protection, not just factually, but subjectively concerned that this person is going to continue to batter them, harass them, stalk them, or otherwise commit crimes against them. All right. For more information, visit our website, www.pdtulsalaw.com.
The purpose of this video is to be informative and not to provide legal advice. For legal advice, call a law firm and speak to an attorney about your particular case. None of the information provided in here is meant to establish an attorney-client relationship between Parsons, Graham and Day and anyone watching this video.